Hey everyone, this is our Martin County Chambers Spotlight video, and who better to be here than our one and only Bill West, my dear friend.
Hello.
From
Molly's house.
Okay.
Okay.
Floor is yours, my friend.
The floor is mine.
The floor is yours. No, not me. We want to know about you, about Molly's house, how you came to Molly's house. A lot of us know how Molly's house came to fruition. Some of us do not. So if you could touch base on that would be amazing. And we know that you love your community. So we really want to hear about that, because that's what this video spotlight is all about, is Martin County community and our members of our community.
Awesome.
Floor is yours.
So Molly's house. Molly's house was started by a young girl named Molly Sharkey. Incredible young lady. She was diagnosed with leukemia when she was 12 years old and spent the next 6 years of her life looking for that cure. So a lot of the time was spent in Ronald McDonald houses. The Ronald McDonald houses, what we know now is she was taking notes. This is what I like, this is what I don't like. So that's what I say we're a case study of Ronald McDonald houses. Polly says we're a Ronald McDonald house on steroids. But,
And that's Polly.
Polly DeLater.
Okay, Polly. Shout out to Polly.
Polly's our development director. So there's Polly DeLater. Amber Ducote's our community outreach person, and then Ming Wild is our operations manager.
And they are rock star. You've got a rock star team there.
Yeah, and a bunch of awesome volunteers.
Oh.
And yes.
Yeah, you are blessed.
Yes.
You are blessed.
The group could not do it without the volunteers.
And
Absolutely.
the dad really was key, Kevin, in getting everyone together as a community as a whole to get the place built.
Yeah, so Molly was journaling, and in her journal there was drawings and things of what she wanted to see, a lot of notes of what she wanted to see, how she wanted the house to be open to everybody. The biggest difference, a lot of places like ours, a lot of healthcare hospitality houses are pediatric only, or there are certain, there's some that are transplant only, or there's veterans only, but there's a lot of onlys, right? But the need is everybody. The need is, it's cradle to, you're a senior, you're going, it's families coming to visit hospice. So Treasure Coast Hospice we work closely with, obviously the hospital, so Cleveland Clinic, we work very closely with. Sandy Pines is a residential
I did not know that.
mental health facility that we work very, very closely with and put up a lot of their families. St. Mary's, it's all of the hospitals, Jupiter Medical Center, a lot of the outpatient type facilities where somebody's coming here to get orthopedics, or there's quite a few of those that we work with. And a lot of people lately that we've been working with, we received a grant from the Christopher Reeve Foundation last year. And so we've been seeing a lot of people that have, they've lost the ability to move, they can't walk, or they're learning to walk again. It's pretty neat to have all of them coming in
That is
to
amazing.
visit with their caregivers and everything. And some of them right now are very young, so you're familiar with one of our little guests in there right now, a little toddler that's there that's having her limbs rebuilt. So she was born without proper limbs, and they're doing what they can to save those limbs so she can have them and use them and just get all kinds of neat stories.
So what Bill's talking about is we had a conversation the other day about this little girl who was born with 2 of her main bones in both of her forearms, bilateral, which means both. And so she had no movement from here. So they were locked in this position. Am I correct?
Correct.
So they were so now what they're doing is they're implanting the bone.
They're moving the bones. I guess I've forgotten my anatomy.
Right.
But this bone doesn't exist. So this bone, they've moved it to where it connects more, so she can actually use her arms, even though she doesn't have both bones like we do.
But she'll be able to bring her arms down more instead of she'll be able to move them normal, like you and I. That is fantastic. So, which brings us to a little bit of we're going to go off on the side beat here a little bit. We're going to go on to a subject, and they are from Tennessee. Is that what we talked about? Where are they from?
They are. Let's talk more general. So,
anytime
when you have a medical need in your family, you think about that person, you think about the patient, you think about what they're going through, you think about their medical care, you think about insurance, you think about where do I go. You don't necessarily think about what else kind of goes around that. So you have all the family that has to support you. Do I have to travel to get that treatment? How do I afford all of this? There's time off from work. Do we have paid vacation? Is somebody self-employed? How do you do all this? So that's where this little family, if you can imagine starting off on life, you know, the guy's a hardworking auto mechanic, and mom does what mom does, and you know they're trying to make a go of it as a young family, and you're blessed with a child, but then that blessing carries with it all these obligations that you have to do, and that comes first, and it comes first before anything else. It comes first before your job. You know, the gentleman from Tennessee, he's been down. I've seen him twice over a 3-week period. He's been here for 2 of those 3 weeks. And you're losing time from your job, the money, the travel expense that you're not expecting. None of that you're expecting. As a young family, you're not expecting any of that. You're expecting a beautiful baby, and we're gonna get registered to school and figure out that, figure out how to walk. Instead, you have this huge burden that's on you and on everybody around you. So that's what we do with Molly's House, is try and lighten that burden, so we make sure that they can come here, they can travel, they don't have to worry about their food while they're here, they don't have to worry about where they're staying. We ask for $30 a night. If they can't pay that, they can't pay that. It is much more like a $250 a night bed and breakfast
Absolutely.
type environment that we offer to
Absolutely.
them. So it is a miracle. That part alone is a miracle for these families. But then we try to, I say we're sneaky. You know, we bring them in, we got a place for you to stay. Come stay with us, and then we figure out what they need and figure out how to love on them and give them what they need. So that's where we're talking with Caroline, little Caroline and her family now about helping them get into a vehicle, because they're struggling bad. The vehicle that they have isn't safe. Husband's a mechanic, like I said, so he's keeping it together. He probably built it, but it is not safe. Certainly not safe to travel back and forth to Tennessee. Not safe to travel from here to West Palm for the medical treatments. So we want to get her in something affordable. So Palm Tree Auto Sales has been working closely with us, and we're at a chamber. This is a chamber spotlight.
Shout out to all at the chambers.
Yes. So we were at a chamber meeting a couple weeks ago, and we told the story of a few families that were there. And Lisa from Palm Tree Auto Sales came up to me afterwards. She goes, "Anybody need any service on their vehicle? You got people with cars there?" Yeah, probably half the people have cars, and there's a few that I'm looking at out there that I can tell need service. So she came by the next day. We picked out 3 that definitely needed service. I asked her to pay a little bit of extra attention to one of them that I could see had some issues. She paid extra attention to all of them. So 2 of the vehicles got, in addition to oil changes, got new tires and oil changes, belts. I mean, she really took care of them. But we found out that the title had been rebuilt on this van that this little girl is being carried around in, and that's how she stays safe. So after talking to her mother, it's been rebuilt twice. So we really, really, really need to get her into something that they can have, and it'll be a little bit easier on Dad too, because he's not having to work on the van. So.
Right. And so, and not only is he working up there and coming down here just to visit, and it's time away from work, but it's time away from his family. Yep. And I can't imagine him laying in bed at night after a hard day work, wondering what is going on with his family. Right. And I really should be with my daughter, but I have to be here making money to try and pay our bills while my wife and my daughter are down in Florida, trying to get my daughter so that she can be, quote unquote, a functioning child in physically. I can't imagine the emotional strife that this poor man is going through. Not only that, but the entire family. So what we have going right now, where we're leading this to everyone listening, is there is a GoFundMe page.
There is. And we will have to post it and share it so that we can share the proper address.
There is a GoFundMe page for this family. Yes. So our goal is 6,000. Am I correct? Are we 10. Still 10? Oh, we're at 10. Yes. Okay, so our goal, no problem. We got this, Martin County.
Easy. This
is easy peasy for us. We are a great community of philanthropic people. 10 grand, what's that? $100 times whatever many people. We've got this. We have got this. So Skin Serenity Spa will put in $300 today to the GoFundMe page. And so I challenge any other small business out there right now. Once we post that, I challenge you to match that $300 before Friday. Okay, so let's go, people. We can do this. There's no reason in the world why we can't get this family into a safe, operable vehicle that they can go back and forth from Tennessee to Florida to get their daughter so that she can be a thriving, young, beautiful princess that she is. So we can do this. I challenge you all. You all know who you are. I'm not going to start shouting out names, but I can. You all know who you are.
This little girl needs your help. It'd be awesome.
That's the whole family.
And we don't typically do things like
No,
this
I
at
know you
Molly's
don't.
house.
I know you
we
don't.
connect people at Molly's house.
I
So
know.
most of the services we do, it's we connect people to House of Hope, we connect them to
Right.
Social Security, connect them to hospice and to the hospitals and to all of our other nonprofit resources.
Clothing, food, whatever they
Absolutely.
need. Right.
Absolutely.
I understand. No. I know you don't. I know. But when you would talk to me the other day and asked me for your help, absolutely, for sure. Absolutely. And I'm glad that the page is up and running. So, okay, so we're going to sidetrack to the chambers. Let's talk about the chambers.
Okay.
Because really, that's the meat and potatoes of our community. We all know that that's the meat and potatoes of our community. So, what chambers is Molly's house in?
Cool communities. It's community, and it's community, right? That's why we have
I know,
these
right?
chambers, because every place is a little, Hope sounds different than Jensen, and Indian Town is Indian Town.
Everyone is so polar
And you have
opposites.
Stuart, Martin, and who am I forgetting? Palm City.
Oh,
is
Palm
what
City.
I'm
Don't
forgetting.
forget Palm City now.
Yeah.
Joe Connolly will
I
never
would
let
hear
you
about
live that down. It's all right, Joe. We got you. We got you, Joe.
Yeah, so we have 5 chambers here. We need all of them. I'm proud to be the past president of the Jensen Chamber.
Okay. And what are you now?
What am I now?
What are you now?
Now,
Aren't you with something important
I
around
am
here?
the past chair, the best place to be,
Of
of the Economic Council. That's
Economic Development Council, people.
Yeah, so from my banking roots, economic development has been very important to me. The Business Development Board, Economic Council are passions of my economy. Paying it forward to our kids, making sure that we give them something better than we've been given here.
Amen.
Um,
Amen. Business
that's
Development Board.
environment, business, all the way around.
You know I love. You know
Yes.
I'm a big advocate.
Yes.
You know I am. Absolutely. I was in the first class when it came back around again, when we got the funding back from the Business Development Board. And I was
Their business acceleration.
yeah,
program.
the BAT program, and I was pleased to look over at my presentation and saw your smiling face on that board. I went, thank you God, I know someone on this board, because I was so nervous to do that presentation. I had never done a PowerPoint presentation in my life.
Great.
50.
You knocked it out. Actually, you did more than great. You were a wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're so sweet.
No,
Bill loves me. He'd say that even if I did a horrible
but you
job.
did, no.
I wish I had a lot more time. I can talk. I know that. I can talk. That's okay.
You're professional. You had your white jacket on.
I know.
You talked.
I try. I put on a good show, right? Like, oh, she's got the white jacket on. She must know what she's doing. That's funny. I don't even wear them anymore. Oh, good Lord. So, yeah, so I was so happy when I looked over and saw your face. I went, oh, thank you, Lord. Oh, love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It was so great to see your face because, I mean, I knew of Ron Rose, but I didn't know, you know what I mean? I didn't know him. And then the gentleman at the end, his name always escapes me. And I always see him at IRSC when I do extra classes. At the adult classes at Chastain, not Chastain, but not at Fort Pierce. But anyway, he was on the board too. The panel, the hatchet panel was the hatchet panel. Like,
You were nice.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
They were.
But it was great. It was myself,
That's
Tara
the tough
Beek,
questions.
and Guyton that won.
Yep.
Yeah, the three of us won that year.
Yep,
Yeah, that was
right.
a few years ago.
All of
Yeah.
you are very successful in business. That's pretty cool.
Well, we try.
Yeah.
You know, we do the best we can. Yeah, that's really what it is.
Yeah.
And so this morning we were at, speaking of our youth, the Stuart Martin Chamber breakfast this morning was at the Y. And this amazing young man who is the youth in government, okay, leader. And so he's up there and he's talking and he's giving his speech and, you know, what he does and da-da-da. So he says, Treasure Coast Youth Symphony Orchestra. And I said to myself, I wonder if he just played with Dean at the Lyric with McCartney Mania, because that's the first thing I thought of. And then I thought Del Rey. I wonder if he's going down to Del Rey to play. So after everything was said and done, I went over to him. I went, "Did you play the lyric with McCartney, man?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "My husband's Dean Lopes, the drummer." "Oh my God. Oh, he's so awesome. That's your husband." So we got into this whole.
Awesome.
So this kid spit and polished.
Mhm.
I mean, this kid was amazing. Absolutely amazing. This kid is going places. So completely upscale, outstanding, freshman in high school, ready to conquer the world. I don't know about you, but did you know what you wanted to do when you were a freshman in high school?
No,
Not me.
thought I did. Yeah, yeah, no, it wasn't. Yeah.
It's like, these kids just blow my mind
Still
these
don't know
days.
what I want to do.
Just kind of fooling around, right? Yeah, I'll do this for a little while. Well, you're doing a hell of a
no.
job.
Yeah, no,
You're doing a hell of a job. Molly's house is amazing. So do we have a date already for next year for
For
polo?
polo? I
Polo.
know you're talking about polo.
Absolutely. We love polo. We love our hats.
March 3rd, first
See?
Saturday, whatever the first Saturday in March is.
Jamie and I will be there.
It's a good time. It's a good day every year. And then
It's
we'll
just
have
a
our,
blast.
yeah, our Rum Runners Row in September. So,
Do you have the date for that?
probably the 21st of September.
Oh, okay. So September 21st, Rum Runner Row. And so that event, everybody gets dressed up in different, rum running outfits.
It's a nautical prohibition theme, so it kind of it speaks to our
Think
our
Joe
speakeasy
Kennedy.
roots. Yeah.
Joe
Well,
Kennedy,
yeah.
right? Shout out to all our Massachusetts Democrats.
So there was a little thing here in the 20s about running rum and other spirits and stuff that was
Just a little
pretty
thing.
cool. There were like seaplanes and boats and all kinds of stuff that
Big
they.
time.
Yeah, I think the sheriff was probably in on it. And
Oh, please. Of course. Absolutely. Not you, Mr. Schneider. God forbid. No, not you, Mr. Schneider.
his first name was coming to me, McCoy.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
Bill McCoy. That's why his first name was coming to me.
Yeah, Bill.
So Bill
Bill
McCoy
McCoy.
was from. I heard he actually owned Sailfish Point. I know he was buried off of the.
I wouldn't doubt
They
any of
buried
it.
him at sea, like off the inlet thing. So,
Did they bury him at sea? Was he thrown off
I
with cement
I
shoes?
think it was his ashes that were tossed there. Yeah. I don't think he died here. Yeah, I don't think he was permanently anywhere. But yeah. So we nod to that history here.
And it's awesome.
It is very cool.
It's awesome. I did not make it to your event last year, and I apologize again.
I painted and donated signs to that event.
I know you did.
Yes.
Jamie, our lovely Jamie Moss made the signs for that event.
And
actually,
I repainted the Molly's house sign too.
yes, you
She
did.
did.
Yes, she
Great job.
did.
Beautiful.
She's
Lots
amazing.
of comments.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we're so blessed to have her.
Multi-talented.
Yes, that's for sure. So
Bring her behind
anything
the
that
camera.
you, and I know at Christmas time, you do the big tree. You do your big tree in the front,
Right,
and
there's
on the tree
3
has
trees.
the. I know, but the big tree in the front has the tags on it
Oh, yeah,
for
yes.
supplies. Because
Yeah.
this year I know we did sheets and plastic containers. So make sure that you remember, because I know that you all do a breakfast.
Mhm.
Yeah, you do a breakfast, and
Sure,
everyone's
yeah.
invited. Yeah. So make sure you get there. And now. And people usually say, "Oh, you're talking about things, and it's only April." It doesn't matter.
No.
It doesn't matter. If you don't get stuff in your calendar, especially in this county, good Lord, if you don't get stuff in your calendar, it's gonna fly by, and you're gonna be, "Oh, I didn't know about this. I didn't know about that. Oh, I missed that one, or I missed that one." So make sure you get to Molly's house for their chamber breakfast that they have. Because that's when you go and you get 1 or 2 or 3 of the cards off of their Christmas tree for things that they need. Like this year they needed sheets and containers for food, because they do have a lot of the different sponsors in the community, a lot of the restaurants and things go to Molly's house and they provide dinner, they provide lunch. However, those things go into containers, and these families can take it with them to the hospitals to eat while they're there. And if there's leftovers, so it's just all these things. So when you think of a home, it's everything in a home is what's at Molly's house. Everything.
Christmas and the holidays are really, really special. So the Sharkey family comes in. We have Molly belonged to a Greek club at Martin County High School called Sigma Phi.
Right.
So Sigma Phi still comes in every year. They made me an honorary member. So you think Young Professionals is bad? I'm in a high school club too.
I know.
It's young at heart.
Yes.
Young at heart.
Shout out to Young Professionals.
Sigma Phi, it is amazing.
Sigma Phi.
We get there's at least 60 high school kids, all very active. They come in like a swarm on one afternoon. We have 3 trees. Every floor has a tree. They decorate the trees. They eat all of our pizza, and then they clear out. But it's a
But
fun,
they decorate the
fun
outside
time.
too. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
they decorate the outside,
No,
decorate
it's
the
gorgeous.
trees, decorate everything. And then in November, a little bit after that,
Yep.
before Thanksgiving, we have the Stewart Main
This-
Street come.
yep.
So that's the breakfast that you're talking
Yep.
about. And then we usually do some donor appreciation things during.
Yeah, they do it.
December.
No, the place is gorgeous. The Christmas decorations are amazing.
Christmas is very special to the Sharkey family, and that's
They do they do a
Shows
beautiful job. A beautiful job. So you're in Jensen Beach Chamber, Stuart Martin, Palm City, Hope Sound.
Indian Town.
You're in Indian Town as well.
Oh yeah.
God bless
We
you.
have this event called Polo.
I
You heard
know.
about it.
No, I never have. Tell me about it.
It's a little bit west of Indian Town.
Is that place called Port Mayaca
It's
or
called Port
something?
Mayaca. They call it Okeechobee for some reason. It's not Okeechobee. It's Port Mayaca.
A lot of champagne that day,
So,
maybe.
Yeah.
I know. I didn't honestly. You're so big. So. Oh, is it?
Oh, the
First
flowers
and
on the
second.
roof is last week.
No, they're not. We're actually watering it. So no, I didn't put that together because it's a hell of a drive out there. You go to the chamber functions?
Rarely.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I was gonna say, hold on.
Do what I can.
Okay.
Do what I can, but yeah.
Okay.
Two of the new Indian towns, town of Indian.
No, I
Town
know.
of Indian Town.
Indian Town
I'm not
Council.
saying it
Da
right,
da da
yeah.
da da. Yeah. Now
We have two of the
also.
commissioners there.
Yes.
Polo.
And then also, you are a member of the Young Professionals, and Polly goes to the
Everywhere I don't, and everywhere.
everywhere I don't. No, but
The
she's
Women's
with
Club.
the Women's Club at
Women's Club
Stewart.
at Stewart is one of her big.
And does
yeah.
she go to the Women's Power Lunch Bunch?
Sometimes.
Jamie, does she go?
Not often.
No,
It's been a
Not
while.
often.
Yeah.
No. Okay. And so, are we missing anything that you?
We have to
Stewart
be.
Main Street.
Stuart Main
Stuart Main
Street.
Street.
Yep.
Stuart Main Street.
Yep.
Yeah, we try to make sure because there's so many networking functions that go on,
Right.
and that's it's hard. We spread
Can't
ourselves.
be everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. And then so tomorrow night we have the business after hours at Sailfish for the Stuart Martin Chamber,
Yes.
not Sailfish, Stuart Sailing Club
Okay.
over in
I won't be
Indian
there
Street.
when I- but
You won't
yes.
be there. I will be there. And then, tomorrow morning is Palm City Chamber breakfast.
Hmm.
Are you gonna be there?
I can't be. I've got a full.
Man.
Our board meets Thursday, and we have some big stuff going on. You're hearing big things from Molly's house.
Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Little teaser.
Tomorrow's Wednesday. Well, Thursday.
Yes, but I've got the.
He's got stuff. He's got to make the agenda. He's the big. He's the big.
It's pretty
cheese.
much made, but there's. This is a big meeting. So. Good stuff going on.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm excited for our community, but not just our community, because obviously you help out people that are outside of our community in other states. That's
We do.
huge.
We do.
That's huge. That's amazing, and
Most
I
of them
just
are tied to somebody here. So, but there are definitely people that like this family that we're talking about that comes here just specifically to get, our medical facility, our treatment that you can get here is world class.
of course.
Especially now that we have
Now
clinic
we
and
put yeah.
everything.
Mhm.
But most of them are coming here. It's dad's in hospice.
Yeah.
Right. Somebody's in Martinell Center. Someone had a stroke. Something happened to somebody who lives here, and it's families that are coming to visit
Yeah.
with them. But yeah. But
Well,
from all over, absolutely all over.
I
India.
just personally want to say thank you so much for being a dear friend of mine, first of all,
Thank you.
because we are very good friends with Buzz.
Absolutely.
We're buds.
Yep.
And second of
Works.
all is thank you for all, I mean, truly, Bill, everything that you do. Everything that you do.
Thank you, everything you
You are an angel, and we love you. Everybody loves you. And everybody loves what you stand for and what Molly's House stands for, more importantly. And Kevin's daughter is definitely grinning from ear to ear,
Yes.
for sure. Molly she's good.
Good
she's
stuff happening
she's
in
good.
Molly's house.
Molly's good. Molly is good. Everything that she wanted and more has come to fruition. And how could we ask for anything more? God has blessed us. God has blessed
Many
our
hands.
community.
Wow. Yes.
God has blessed our community.
Yes.
So thank you so much.
You're one of my blessings.
Oh, you are. Mwah. You're the best. I love you too. Thank you. Bye. Have a good day.